We're not quite in ink. We've not made a committee schedule yet, but Senator Higdon is working on the performance-based jail bill, which will actually state that if a county jail meets the contract requirements of a private prison, then the same money would be offered to the county for the housing of prisoners. That is significant. A significant amount of money would come our way. Of course, we've already floated the national standards in 2010 to 2014. So I feel that that'll be a benchmark that we'll grab right back. The thing of it is what I'm excited about is that yesterday we was able to, I didn't attend the meeting, but I did get a phone call afterwards that the Kentucky Jailers Association is going to support the bill. Now, they had to put some stuff in there for other counties because out of the 70-some counties, not very many of them could match that kind of a hurdle or do it. But so anyway, they proposed a couple other levels for other counties to participate in incentive-based money, but it's a significant benchmark. I mean, I've actually lobbied for this for the last 10, 12 years, very diligently, year in, year out, 2 years when they had their budget session, and we've most of the time, if we got it to ink or get it in discussion, you get it in ink by 10 o'clock, by 1 o'clock it'd be dead. I mean, it would die that quick. This is, it's got some momentum behind it. I was actually told yesterday that they felt strongly about the bill. So I say that to say this. Those phone calls to Senator Higdon, I need you to do it. I mean, we've got to stay on pace. Again, I mean, I'm sure he's committed to it. We've been fighting this, and we get shot down the last 10, 12 years on it. But it actually has some muscle this time. So it will be definitely a Hail Mary for the Marion County budget, for the county detention center, the works. And it won't be none too late for us because our retention and recruitment efforts are very lacking right now. So that's the good news, is it looks promising. So hopefully the information was passed over last night, and we could be in ink as much as maybe tomorrow. And if we are, I'll share it as soon as it hits ink. That's just part of the hurdle. We got to get in the committee. We got to get, once we get past committee, then we got to get into the House, get a vote. I mean, actually this one will start in the Senate. It'll get its committee, Senate committee, get a vote. If we pass Senate, then we'll go to the House committee, House vote, and then we're in on July 1st. So I just can't really tell you the significance. I mean, I can tell you, but it's a Hail Mary for us at the detention center and for our county budget, period. It needs to happen, and it's very overdue, and it's very needed. Anytime a county government can match a private contractor and the state's giving money to the private contractor, they deserve that same benefit to the county government. If anything, we should have been the first one on it. But so that's a shout out for Jimmy for being due diligence and sponsoring that. But again, make those phone calls. Make sure you let him know that you heard it and it's happening. You've got your monthly report there. Right now we're working on the annual report. Of course, we do it every year. So we will have a 3-hour jail operation training scheduled in March. So everybody that elected official that needs training hours, you'll get 3 hours training hours. We'll go through a complete, like I do every year, the complete operations layout, why this happens, how it happens, and then we'll do its jail operations training. So please.
Do you know what date yet?
Do not know the date yet, but April's be working with local facilities up there to get us registered for the training benefit, and all my staff's working on budget right now and working on the training presentation, because we break down and go through every line item, every department, every staff member that works for the county will be debuted into that mission, so you better understand that portion of the operation. So we always look forward to that opportunity and look forward for the opportunity for you all to come down. Glad we passed the body scanner bid. There is one thing that I've got up that we tried to get it done and get it in by the first of the year, wasn't able, and through scheduling and my schedule, your all schedule, and meeting there, I never got it on the agenda for January. Our phone contract is a service contract, so it doesn't necessarily have to go out to bid or anything. And I changed into this phone company probably, it's been about 11, 12 years ago. It was the best thing that we did as far as phone technology and stuff, because we're very available right now from law enforcement, prosecutors, and different ones can tap in and check out phone calls and stuff as they need it, as well as my staff on recordings and stuff. Well, we've been ventured into the video visitation for some time now, and it's like anything else. You buy an iPhone or an iPad or a computer, it's outdated in 6 months or so. We've already been into this in the video visitation going on 2 to 3 years now, and it's the company had changed over, but our contract is due. So I've worked with the sales reps and stuff on providing us upgraded technology and hardware inside the jail. So new tablets, new visitation stations, and all that stuff with upgraded technology. The other part of it is they, through the negotiation, a $20,000 upfront. As soon as I sign, $20,000 tech grant available immediately. So that's when I'm looking at the property vacuum machines or something like that that we need to do with our property, that's instant money. I don't even have to run it through they automatically afford that. I could actually send them the bill and have them pay it and send the equipment to us. The one thing that I think that is very promising is that as we get in looking at this body scanner stuff, because guys, we're very overdue and late on the game on this, and very lucky that we haven't had issues more than what we've had. We've got 28 indictments this past year on drug smuggling, and probably 13 of them incidences that occurred inside the jail after booking.
So the same things like TSA uses?
Yes.
The exact same thing?
Yeah, not exact same thing, but similar. But anyway, so it's at that stuff we're gonna have to face the music that we're gonna have to need. So this $20,000 a year tech grant, if I set something up like that up on an annual payment, then I'm only going to be short a few $1,000s from just making my payment right off the tech grant that I'm getting from another company just for signing on. Now the agreement will be for a 4-year agreement, which you can't do you can't do long contracts, but it's 4-year agreement with 3 one-year renewals, so they come renewed every year. So that's the legal setup of a government contract. Right now we're drawing revenue about 60 to 62,000 a year. They guaranteed me a minimal 75,000, so a $13,000 increase minimal. Now, it doesn't lock me at 75,000. It just says the minimal they'll pay us is 75,000 a year for providing the phone service. For our portion of the phone service. Then on the other port of it is they buy the detention center mail scanning technology. Very desperately needed. It's where all the mail that's mailed into the jail right now, we go through it, and you just, a person searches the mail, scans it, we take off stamps, we take off any kind of sticker, we look for any kind of discolors or anything on it, on the card or the letters before we transfer it in, and you can still be beat. with the drugs and stuff that's going on. This system here will allow us to, everything that comes in, there'll never be a hard copy piece of mail. It'll be all electronic. So inmates will not be shut out on mail. They just will not get the letter straight to them. They'll get it electronically. The equipment that the company's going to afford us is, or purchase for us, and the technology is that all the mail be scanned and electronically sent in with all these new tablets and stuff that they go in. So that's a plus for us on the other side, trying to combat the drug issues. And again, there's not a correctional institution in the nation or world that doesn't deal with contraband issues. It's there, because if there's a will, there's a way. They'll figure it out on you.
When that mail's scanned in, do you then do a printout and give it to them, or
No, it goes electronically to them. They'll only have it electronically. They won't have a printout.
do they have something?
They'll have a tablet. That's all the tablets. So they'll have an account. Every inmate has their own account, and it's just like you check in your account.
Each inmate doesn't have a tablet. You just got
No,
certain.
no. They got, it's about 4 to 10, something like that. About 3 or 4 tablets per 10 inmates.
They won't put their account number in there.
Yeah, that's where all your video visitations and that stuff, you're trying to cut down on your movement into your jail stuff. That was the best. That was very good technology, but when it gets aged, it's not compatible to what's happening, and it starts having issues. Right now, we're having a few tablet issues, so this is needed. So right there, that's another $3,200, $3,300. So it's about a $35,000 plus on the contract with all new equipment and additions. So I would ask you to grant me approval to sign that contract based upon what I presented, that I get it. Well, yes, I would like to have it January 1. It's quicker. I can get the technology and the money. The 20,000's immediate. But anyway, I'll put it. I would not, on the service, there's not another phone vendor out there, and I've been in this business 34 years, that right now that I would trust more than the company that we got.
Is it your budget, or you got it allocated in your budget?
What's that?
This month,
No, I don't have to pay anything.
No, he's getting paid.
I'm getting paid. I'm just letting you know, I'm gonna get paid. We're getting paid on this one. This ain't, you don't have to up nothing.
You gotta sign a contract.
I just gotta sign a contract.
motion to approve.
First, I'm making money, all right? I went through a long way to tell you, guess what? I got some more money and new equipment.
For free.
For free.
That's a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer.
Yes.
Bring it on.
You got any more?
That's it. Hey, well, look here. The other Hail Mary, it's gonna be a party when, if,
Senator Higdon and Brandon Reed were at the breakfast we had Monday morning, the chamber breakfast, and John G., former judge, was there, and we plugged it in real big to him, so.
well, if we make, if we get a committee hearing, every one of you gonna getting a text. So I hope you come to Frankfurt with me if we make it to committee. It puts pressure on them when they're seeing you standing out there. It's 1 or 2 votes that'll be our way, but.
It would make a significant difference in our budget. I mean,
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, your small guesstimate, $500,000 plus.
We need to be perfect.
Yeah. And I say plus. But if we can get the language that says that all the inmates, not just the inmates in the programs, that, oh yeah, it could get up there 3/4 or better. It's gonna be a good year, Judge. It's gonna be a good year.
You got that done yet?
Yes.
Thank you, Brad.
All right, you're welcome.
Robert?
we've been running along pretty well. We had an issue last night with the storms come knocked our electric out. Our generator didn't function as it should. Stanley's been down there for the past couple of days working on it. So we called the generator people, and luckily they had a technician here in town working today, so he come over. They worked on a couple of things, and as of when I come up here, we're still having issues. So we're looking at it. Hopefully it ain't much. It'll run. I don't know. It'll run some, and then when you put a load on it, it quits, and Stanley gave it a good effort.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beyond his knowledge. So, but it's 20 years old, and we've never had a minute of trouble out of it. So it's time to, we can't complain.
Everything else, all right?
Yeah, everything
Larry, anything on animal shelter?
Yeah, I talked to Kay, she said everything was going well, and her son actually hurt his knee in soccer yesterday, and she had taken him to Louisville. She was coming today, but they're at the Louisville hospital, or, rehab place or something. But he's doing well, he didn't break nothing, he's on the indoor stuff. And she said she didn't need anything, and everything's going good.
Good deal. We're opening bid next week, or next time on the
Yeah.
electrical days. Elizabeth?
Sure, Barry, you're hard to follow. I'll go before him next time. No, I'm just kidding. This is the December report. Last time we were here, didn't have that. So we had 418 total traffic in December, which is big traffic. With our workshops, we had a total of 433. Marion County Career Center was 403. Springfield we had 30 over there. We had 3 job fairs in December, which usually December for job fairs is a little bit slow. Nobody wants to hire through the holidays. But we had resource manufacturing and 2 for the census. We've got some job fairs coming up. The census is going to be back doing a job fair, hiring for people to work for the census on January the 29th. This is a good opportunity for anybody that's just looking for a temporary position. $14 an hour, and then they pay you mileage, and they have some different incentives if you're a veteran or some other things that may go on. So they've got some different scales for depending on your experience. We also had resource manufacturing was in there on January the 14th. They've been in doing some hiring for a Springfield facility. Some of you go about the packets, it's got the unemployment. Marion County unemployment is down to 3.3%, and Washington County is down to 3.5%. And these numbers are for November, that's as soon as they get those reported. So, any questions about your packet or anything else I can answer? Of course, we do still have that education on the census that's for the people, for the administrators, that'll be coming up on the 29th. No, I got the wrong day.
23rd.
23rd, yes. And that'll be here on the 3rd floor.
Still plenty of jobs.
Plenty of jobs, I mean, we've been wide open this week and last week, so. We've got a local employer that's looking to hire for second shift. I know they've got 10 spots open. So we've been immediately trying to get everybody hooked up. Everything's good. Stanley has come to visit us. I think we got our issues resolved. I don't think we've got any other issues. We had December. We had a lot of unemployment, and that is temporary. People, are off for the holidays. Not everybody gets paid during that, so that kind of we've had a lot of people that we were trying to get connected with Frankfurt since we don't do unemployment.
Yeah, there's some issues.
Oh, it was draining, and we're still having some issues. Still getting, it's draining because these people need help, and we're trying to get them help, but we can only do so much.
Thank you very much. Old business, new business, I do have one item here to, Lisa can maybe help with this. Consider approval to allow victims advocate to use the courtroom here. There's an area right over there to your right that we're going to put a desk in. Room as office space to meet with the victims of crime for Volca grant, is that correct, Lisa?
Yes, I talked with the judge about it. In our office, the Office of Marion County Attorney, we had actually found out, and a lot of county attorneys and Commonwealth attorneys' offices apply for what's called a victim's advocate or VOCA grant. It is a federally funded grant, and it's administered by the Prosecutor Advisory Council. Some grants are administered through Fiscal Corporate. We asked for the option for ours to be administered through the Prosecutor's Advisory Council. But part of the grant was a matching fund where you can, you should ask for the opportunity to have like a matching funds where you have like space that you utilize, where you can meet and have office sharing or office space where you meet with victims of crime. And one of the focuses of our grants was to meet with victims of domestic violence as well as elders or victims of any crime. We were fortunate enough to get that grant, which allowed another position in our office. Because right now I only have a legal secretary. So we advertised for that position once we found out at the end of October that we got that position. And Annalise McGovern, we interviewed several people and she got that position. So if the court would allow us to utilize that space, you just need to have a desk set up. And obviously that would not interfere with anything that was going on with the court, and it would just be a space that she would have to meet and train volunteers, and it would not be utilized in any other functions that is going on here during that time. She would check with, Melissa and Chelsea and obviously the county judge and make sure it doesn't interfere. So I know a lot of times there's other meetings going on and things. She would have some space in our office as well to operate out of it. She needs to be training volunteers for volunteer hours, because that's also part of the grant as well. She has to have volunteers and train them, but just a space that we can count as matching funds for that grant so that we can qualify and meet the goals of our grant.
So she wouldn't be here all the time?
No. It's only on as needed basis. No, she actually has some space in our office. No, it's like it would be as needed. And, there may be times that she would be over in the courthouse and actually bring people and visit the meetings, so she would not be here all the time.
Motion to allow the desk and conference space to be used. So you go up in this corner.
We look over there, I think we can move some stuff around.
Second.
Mr. Quayle?
Yes.
Ms. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Pope? Sure.
Yes.
Bishop?
Yes.
Thank you. I think it'd be very beneficial for the county, because it's aimed at it with it, be helpful to all victims of crime, so. Thank you all.
Anybody else have anything? We do have an additional bill of $1,466.22 to Southern Communications. It is an additional bill.
Motion pay the bill addition.
Second. Mr. Quayle?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkland?
Yes.
Ms. Black?
Yes.
Mr. Pope? Unanimous.